The Deck Network. Build a deck.
Hi, this is Mike from The Deck Network, and we have
the loose cannon, Matt Dalton, co-host here. Remember, at The Deck Network, it is all decks all the time.
You a little slow today, man.
A little bit.
Yeah, you know.
Well, we got this. I'm just drinking a little coffee with a little bit.
You don't have the energy that we usually have.
Well, I know what we have lined up for this show, and I'm trying to conserve some of the energy because it's going to be a marathon. We got a lot of great content to get to, and the unstoppable force, Mike, gets it going here.
Okay, what we're going to talk about today is Trex Railings. Now, Trex, one of my favorite companies, the largest decking company in the world. They have a very versatile railings. We have a little video that we may have seen a little bit before, but we're going to take another look at that, just the railing part of it. We have some mail and, of course, our favorite segment of the show. So let's get right into the mail. Look at this one's a long one. Look at
that.
All kinds of stuff. This guy is, I think,
a lot of questions I have there.
I think he wrote War and Peace.
Yeah, he lost me after chapter 8 of the email, but I'll check it out over the summer.
Hi, Mike. I just found your site and watched a few video clips. Very helpful. I have a 12-year-old cedar deck that has the vast majority of the surface in an exposed area that gets full sun year-round out here in Northern California. Nice. The deck is approximately 1,200 square feet. I want to replace the deck with a composite or PVC decking material. I want to do this right the first time and have no regrets. I would rather spend a little extra money and get this deck built by a professional and have the best quality materials so it will last as long as possible and look nice in parentheses. He has not fade, chip, crack, except for a long time. I have a few quick questions. Would you suggest a capped or a composite capped or PVC? Which manufacturer of your top 5 is most consistent with their quality of their manufacturing? All of them are. They wouldn't be the top 5. Which manufacturer will be the least likely to fade? Which manufacturer will have the deck board stay cooler? A concern since it has direct southern exposure. What is the best manufacturer of railings? I'm going to have a builder use pressure-treated wood for all the beams and support underneath. How long will a deck built correctly with the most current technology for the deck boards and railings with pressure-treated wood underneath for the supports? Thank you very much for your help, Tom.
Bunch of questions in there.
Hi, Tom. Thanks. Yeah, you can have a long response here. Thanks for your mail. I'm often asked what the best material is. My answer always is, it's not what I feel the best material it is what you feel the best material is based upon your criteria of what is best.
And that's why we are consultants here.
Yes. I'll give you the information and you decide what is best for you and your family. I will listen to you and find out the most important aspects and make a suggestion. From your letter, see, I'm listening here, no fading and lasting a long time is a priority. So if he said to me, I want the most beautiful deck, then I would suggest something else. But since he's asking for no fading and lasting a long time, then I'm going to suggest something else. For the decking, I'll recommend Trex Transcend Tropics in either Lava Rock Spiced Rim or Tiki Torch. This decking, as all Trex decking, is a capped composite. Choose a decking manufacturer, either Trex or TimberTech. They are light years ahead of everyone in the decking. Now, you asked about heat absorption. The lighter the color, the cooler the temperature, but not by much. Now, by those 3 that I suggested, the Tiki Torch is the lighter color, so that's going to be cooler longer.
You're right, Mike. You seem like you're a little talking about this whole heat absorption with the color. You seem like a little revved up. You know, you're a really even-keeled guy.
This is one of the things that I've been asked thousands and thousands of times.
In regards to what? The color of the decking?
Well, is decking hot?
Okay.
And years ago, I took a piece of plastic decking and I went to a paint place and I had some paint made exactly the same color.
Okay.
I painted some treated wood, and after it dried, I put it in the sun and I got my little infrared thermometer, and they were exactly the same color.
So you did some
same
research
temperature.
there.
Yeah, I do this all the time. It's, as we learned in 6th grade, if you're in the desert or if you watch Lawrence of Arabia, they're going to have a white sheet over their head.
Was that a fashion thing?
It may have been. You're always thinking about fashion.
Yeah, I got to maybe.
The lighter the color, the cooler it's going to be. The darker the color, it's going to have a little bit more heat to it. We call that heat absorption. So on an 80-degree day, the darkest colors that we have versus the lightest colors that we have are about a 10-degree difference in temperature, which isn't very much. I don't think that should dissuade you anyway from
getting
either
a color.
Choosing the color. When it's 100 degrees, on the other hand, in full sun, it's hot. Everything is hot. You go to the beach when it's 100, it's hot.
And the sand, that's a light color, and it's still hot
It's
as hell.
still
burning
hot
your
as
feet.
anything.
Yeah.
So, okay, you have an infant or young child. You wouldn't put that. You wouldn't bring your little girl on your deck
On a hot day.
on a hot day. It's just too hot outside. 75 degrees, it's okay, but you got to get them out of the sun. It's too hot.
So a lot of it's common sense here, Mike.
Before the decking was the large manufacturers made these nice decking products. I used to sell an off-brand decking that was probably at the time was the best product, and I used to sell it nationwide. And I had a client in Florida who used to buy some, and I said, "Let me ask you this question: what do people in Florida say about things being hot?" They said, Mike, that must just be a New York thing where people just want to complain. Because here, everyone knows when it's hot, it's hot.
That's what Florida people think about us, that all we want to do is complain?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
we
we'll
like to
we'll
complain.
move on from that. He's realized.
Hey, listen, if it's 100 degrees out and the decking's going to be 90, what's the difference if
it's going to be more
80?
than 90.
It gets hotter.
Oh, heck yeah. I have some...
So the decking will get hotter than what the temperature is outside?
Well, yeah, because...
I'm not a scientist. I don't know these things.
Yeah,
Mike.
okay, I have my black truck.
Okay.
Basic transportation.
That's the deck network vehicle. It is a Land Rover, but
so
you got to get from point A to point
B.
B.
And it's black, and so it's hot. You touch it, it's hot. I have measured decking temperatures 160 degrees.
Oh, wow.
On a 100-degree day.
Yeah.
That's just absorbing. That's how you get solar. That's a solar panel. That's how that works. Before they went to photovoltaic.
So in a situation like that, maybe it is good to think about having some sort of some covering over the deck. We saw that on Show Us Your Deck a couple weeks back, where they had a full roof canopy type of thing.
Okay, let's get away from the temperature on the deck.
All right, let's calm down about the temperature on the deck.
Breathe, Mike. Okay, the railings. I feel that the timber.
Got some vodka in here. Okay, there we go.
The TimberTech Radiance rail is the best option without question. Everyone loves the TimberTech Radiance rail. It looks great. It's very sturdy. It's just a great rail. We got it. We sell so much of the stuff. It just flies out of here. Your last question about how long a deck will last. A properly built deck will last 25 years or more. What's very interesting about decks is that the least expensive parts of the deck, the footings, frame, and hardware, is the most important variable in how long a deck will last. Okay. Now, corrosion to the hardware. If you live really close to the ocean, then you're going to get salt spray. Or if you live on near a highway and you get snow and they use de-icing, so when that water evaporates, it has the salt in it.
Kicks back up into the air.
It comes down and it falls on your deck. Nice. It's not going to hurt the plastic on your deck, but it's going to raise havoc on the hardware. So you can either use my friends at Simpson, they have their triple zinc coating on their Z-Max hardware. Now, they don't have a set time that this product's going to last. It could last anywhere from 5 years to 105 years, depending upon the corrosion and the variables that's around it. So if you live near the ocean, and where we are, if they're starting to mandate anything within a mile of the ocean to have stainless steel hardware, joist hangers, post supports, all that stuff. So because it will last.
And that's the infrastructure of your deck. It's the most important part of the stability of it.
It's the least expensive part of the deck.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think about
the most popular feature of the deck network? Show us your deck. The ratings are in. This is the most popular thing we do. It was my idea. It was my baby. It was my creation. We brought it to life here on the Deck Network. Check out the old videos. Tons of them up on our social media at the Deck Network Facebook. Gallery of all the past Show Us Your Deck participants. Today we have a beautiful looking deck here.
That's not even one of the decks. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to show those pictures a little bit later. Okay, this is from my friends at Decking Perth. from Perth, Australia.
That's around the globe there, isn't it?
That's quite a ways. You can't get too much further from New York City than
I'll tell you
Australia.
That's decking down under.
Yes.
Now make sure this thing is kangaroo proof, because those guys and dingoes, they're running around. No, those are my Australia reference points.
I
Crocodile
know
Dundee.
the guys from Decking Perth
That's
from
sharp.
Facebook. They must have been looking at the, why they watch the Deck Network like people from all over the globe
Look
do.
at how relevant. I was just talking about having some sort of canopy structure over to keep the decking
Sure.
cooler, and here it is. That's a great segue, Mike.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, these guys obviously do beautiful work.
Yeah,
this is some sort of commercial setting, and it's Trex decking. It looks like the
What just a beautiful overall landscape there.
the
in the
spiced
deck.
rum decking.
The deck plays
looks
into that
great.
hole. Yeah, this is really nice.
You know, these guys obviously do a beautiful job.
I love that little bench they built in there.
They
and
did all this great stuff. I'm going to.
even liking the retaining wall that's kind of played into there. and-
I'll email this video. I'm sure they'll see it as soon as I post it up on Facebook or the Deck Network website. And we get them, of course, a Deck Network mug. And
Do we have to put the logo backwards? Isn't everything backwards in Australia? I know the toilets flush the other
Yeah,
way.
in the southern hemisphere, water goes the other way.
Okay, so we have to make sure that.
I wonder if they drive on which side of the road they drive on.
We might have to just plan a road trip there, get you out there,
If
maybe
there's
do
a
some
decking show
correspondent
down there,
work.
we
invite
can,
us.
Was
to
that would be
Australia.
one that you would be able to go to?
Well, I don't know. Is it in the budget? Because you get to do all the exotic travel. I get to go to South Hempstead, New York for a trade show. It's the highest crime rate in, I think, America, and that's where you want me to go.
They even have this real nice little tag that they put on. They must get it from Trex from their
That looks
co-op
official.
money.
That looks
yeah,
official.
they screw it on there. Crafted by deckingperth.com.au in the year 2012.
That's cool. It's like a little timestamp there.
Yeah, I mean, it's really nice. I mean, these guys they got a nice little logo up there. These guys really got it going on down in Australia. So
And
they're
welcome to the Deck Network, Decking Perth.
Yes,
and
great
congratulations on being on Show Us Your Deck. We'll get that up on the gallery on the social media, so you guys can check out this week's Show Us Your Deck or from any week. past.
Okay, so that's it for today's.
Show Us Your Deck. Love the intro and outro music that we have. Really high tech sort of stuff we got going on here.
All right, let's get to the video. My old good friend from Trex, Mr. Mike Underko. Okay, hi. Today we're with an old friend of mine, Mike Underko from the Trex company.
How you doing, Mike?
Mike is a veteran of the Deck Network. 1, 2, 3.
We've really done a tremendous amount in railing this year, again, for a few different areas. One, we're introducing our Trex Select railing system. Again, really back to getting to a good, better, best price point position with our railing products. And so this is an all-composite rail system that is made from the same Fibrex technology as our Transcend system. So it has some shared components, an external bracket system for increased speed of installation, and price to compete with hollow vinyl rails in the marketplace. Additionally, within our Transcend, our premium line, we've added a new profile we're calling the beveled profile. And so what we identify in many markets that are not colonial in nature, the need for a more contemporary looking profile. And so we've taken the opportunity to develop this rail profile that can act as both a top as well as a bottom rail profile. It looks extremely good with glass as well as tubular balusters, and so really an additional expansion to our Transcend railing category. So again, as we talk about our Transcend rail system, one of the real benefits that we've got to competition in the marketplace is we've got a lot of versatility, now having 3 unique rail profiles to be able to configure rail in a variety of different configurations. Here you see it installed with a 2x4 as a top rail. One of the other benefits that really often goes unnoticed is really the construction of the product. With Fibrex technology, and specifically in our colored lines, in the darker colors, the cap on that is an acrylic cap, and the benefit of that is that it will not fade over time, where many of the other composite systems in the marketplace that don't utilize acrylic struggle from this. What you see on day one is what you see down the road.
That's very important, and not everybody knows that that's a part of this, that the acrylic coating, very important.
And so the last thing we'll talk about today is Trex Reveal. And so it's Trex's entrance into the aluminum railing market. And so again, what we identify in our Western markets is a lot more prevalence towards iron and aluminum. So that's one of the driving strategies behind it. The other is having a continuous graspable rail. as we get into more strict code enforcing markets, having a continuous graspable rail on a stair section specifically is critically important. And so bringing this line in allows Trex to provide a rail system that gives us that continuous graspable rail application. The additional thing that Reveal brings to the Trex family is the opportunity to get into some projects and some applications where we weren't today, whether that be hardscape, multifamily, multi-story type applications, as well as commercial. So we really feel like Reveal, you know, along with the other additions to our line, are really going to expand Trex in 2013 and beyond.
And you have so many different products here. Look at right up here with the pergola and the dark brown. That's stunning. You don't see that anywhere. Mike, thank you very much.
Mike,
it's great to see you.
Seeing you again.
Thanks for being on the Deck Network, and hope to see you again soon.
You too.
Great. All right, Matt. We've seen that video before, but we were mostly talking about Trex decking that day, but we have the Trex railing.
Part of the equation there. It's probably the most important.
You want to pull that little sample that you have out here?
It's heavy.
Now, for probably about 7 or 8 years, the Trex company has had this railing. This is called their Transcend railing, and it comes in. We have 5 different colors of this railing. The vintage lantern, the treehouse,
Spiced rum.
no, spiced rum is one as a tropics color. Gravel
I love
path,
rum.
rope swing, and the fire pit. Those colors there, they it's as you've heard me say it 100 times. The Trex company has design flexibility. So you can, there's a lot of parts, so sometimes it's difficult to sell, but we have, you know, as far as all the different parts, but that's what we do.
Why, you need the sleeve,
Well, you
cap,
get the cap, the sleeve, the skirt. You have the upper and top, bottom rail. You have these insets here that you can put different baluster options in, and
Now this is only 2 Trex, or are you going to see that with all the different, with the big
they're
5
all going to be a
railing?
little bit different. TimberTech rails are slightly different.
We should do like an anatomy of a railing one day where we kind of just break it down.
Well, yeah, we can certainly do that. But I got some pictures. This, well, you can.
This is with the
you can remove
the railing
that.
in
Now
action.
this
that off.
this photo here is. I got this off of the Trex website. This is the standard Transcend rails. They have the 6x6 sleeves. It's a little more meaty on it. Looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's really sharp.
then you can change some of the options. Now this one here, it's the same rail, but it has the universal rail, so it's 2 bottoms, and you take the bottom and you put it upside down, and it leaves a flat area that you can put a piece of decking on the top, or you can put a 2x4. Again, design flexibility.
I like the color contrast.
Yes,
that going
you
on
can
there.
do all kinds of different things. What's great about these rails, and many years ago, my friends at Trex told me that they said, people want to have something different than their neighbors. So when you use this, the Transcend railing, you can do all kinds of different things.
It's not cookie cutter stuff. It could be completely customized to what you want to have done.
This is, we have,
that the spiced rum? What
this
is
is,
I got
you're
rum on
obsessed
that.
with this
It's
rum
Friday.
thing.
Let's go out and have a drink. We should do a Deck Network like
On
happy
location
hour
somewhere?
thing or something.
Well,
know.
you work at the radio station. I'm sure you got some
We'll
sort
work
of
something out. We'll bring in one of the beer brands. We'll do a big event out of
Yeah.
it. We'll
Okay.
bring
Well,
a
this
rock
one
act in.
is
That's cool looking.
vintage lantern rails with the. It looks like rope swing in there on the balusters. Let's.
It seems like if you're mixing and matching, the color possibilities are almost endless.
yeah,
That's cool. What is that?
See,
Leaf?
this is an old. This is an. I put
Is that
this
supposed
up
to
here.
look like a leaf?
Well, of course.
You see that?
This is
That's
the
wild.
leaf deck. This was done with the old Accents composite decking,
That's
but you know
badass.
it still looks. You can mimic this with the Transcend products. I just love the picture,
That's cool.
and so I had to use it again.
That'd be great to make a deck
Now-
of your face. But you're
This-
standing on my nose, man.
This is the most popular of the infill options the last few years, and this year, the black round balusters. You just have to change the insert in balusters. When you have the square balusters, as we know from codes, childproof rail, you have to have less than 4 inches in between your baluster. So you take an 1.5 inch baluster out and you put a 3/4 inch round baluster in, you're gonna have more space in there. So the inserts are a little bit closer together so that you don't go over your code requirements for that. But this is the most popular infill option that we have on Trex and TimberTech. We sell more round metal or aluminum balusters than we do square balusters.
Oh, wow.
Okay, here's another picture. This is how it's done. It has this on the Trex, the Transcend rails. It has the little insert here with the round hole in it. They fit in there nice and snug.
Quick question back to the video. It was mentioned in there good, better, and best. Care to talk about that a little bit?
That's a great way of doing sales. They have their good, which Mike talked about, that select rail that they have.
Okay, so
it's
that's entry-level type of stuff?
It's got a lower price point.
Can
It's
bring more
still
consumers
made-
to market with it?
It's still made with what's called a FiberX technology, and if you don't know that these rails are made by Anderson Window.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, in Minnesota. Anderson, if there's any company in the country that knows how to make vinyl coating anything,
They've
it's
been doing
Anderson
it.
Window.
Yeah, they've
they
been doing it for a
pioneered
while.
it, and I've been looking at windows like these forever.
Mm-hmm.
So they're made, so they're good, better, best option.
So it still has the same core to it, is what you're saying?
It's made at the same place, out of the same type of material. It's just a little bit more basic. It's just still using the same sleeve, cap, and skirt that you would before the white transcends. They have, it's just a more of a square railing. It has a little bit of hardware showing with, of course, a little boot on top of it. But it's got a great price point. And what Mike told us on the video is that they're going to try to go up against some of the lesser cost PVC railings here. And at the store that we have here, the Select rail actually costs less than our lowest priced PVC rail.
Oh, wow, so you're
So
better
it's got a
off.
great price.
Yeah.
It's made with good stuff. FiberX technology, great stuff. Okay, this is a.
And then on the super high end of it is something where if you're just looking
Okay,
to blow
we got
it
some
out
more
of the water.
photos. We got
Oh, wow.
this one is in the charcoal black. That's the Transcend rail in charcoal black. Here is another infill option that's very popular. This is the glass. They were
That's
just in
cool.
6-foot lengths. Glass railings. We sell them. We stock some of the
I
parts.
can picture a lot of birds flying right into that, though, you know? They don't see
Maybe
it.
so. I think that we sell a lot more of the black round balusters because you don't. They certainly cost less than the glass panels, and you really don't see it. You can look through it. It doesn't really obstruct your vision. This is another one here. This is called their architectural baluster. Very nice, just a little bit different. Look, this is back to the square baluster, of course, one of my favorite decks of all time.
How do you have a fire pit on a deck without it being a fire hazard?
Well, it looks like it's deep enough so that the embers won't go out. It looks like a small fire pit. It's got to jump quite a ways to get over there. But I'm sure if we go to this deck right now, there may be some burns on the bottom there, or maybe they put some.
Did they
sort
cut a
of-
hole out underneath that, or no? It's sitting flush on top of the deck.
That thing's got some weight, so
Yeah.
I'm sure that they did something to make it a little bit stronger. Again, here's the one with the black-brown balusters and the vintage lantern top and bottom rail with the white transcends, with the Trex white lights. This is the same deck. Again, looking at it a little different. Here is a beautiful deck. That's
That looks
over. That's
nice.
in St. Thomas, I think, somewhere. Okay, this is the Select rail. They look very similar. And here's a nice little photo. It has a little bit of hardware showing, but it's got a great price point on it, and good for Trex. Great job. This one here is, I guess, that same deck in St. Thomas or somewhere in the Virgin Islands.
Yeah, we got to
somewhere.
get out there and visit that deck. I'll tell you, that landscape looks beautiful.
Yeah, this is what they're showing, that the lights on it, and this is one that a friend of mine did.
I like that. It's got kind of like an octagon look or
Yeah,
something
it's
like
a nice
that.
job. This is one off of the Trex website with the. I love the round little building that they
Yeah.
have there. I still haven't figured out how they built that, but I'm sure I can find it. This is a deck that actually I sold this deck and had Sean from Curve Your Deck.
Looks like you're on the water there. What town
Oh
are you in
yeah,
there?
that's down in Massapequa,
Oh,
New
nice.
York, real close.
Look it up on the map there. It's a nice
5
little...
minutes from here. This is a nice picture. They have a little. It's
That's
jutting out
gorgeous.
into the ocean right there.
There's some great fishing right there. You cast a pole off of there, you're catching
You're
some
going
fluke
to catch
and
something.
striped bass.
And I have some pictures of the bevel rail
Okay.
that Mike was telling us on the video. It's a little, see, Mike said that, okay, sure, in the Northeast, people are interested in more of the contemporary. So we have they call it the crown top rail. But in different areas of the country, they would like a little bit different look. So they have, it's a little more square. And this is escaping me finding this railing, but in any event, they have it. Here we go. You can see this up closer. It's just a little more square, and
in other parts
it's
of
different.
the,
It's a little more contemporary than the colonial one that we have there. And as Mike showed us on the video, it can be set with the glass, because for the standard Transcends, the glass infills are only in the white, but by looking at the video, they have these the bevel rail is with the you can get it in the colors, which is great. And here's the same rail. Doesn't look much different than the Transcend rail, but great products. They also have their aluminum product that the Revel or Reveal, and that he talks about a graspable handrail. And people in the western part of the country, they like having a little lighter, or not as heavy railings. Here on the East Coast, we do a lot more of the colonial type stuff. But that pretty much wraps it up. As I always say about the Trex company, they have great design flexibility.
And that's what it's about. It's giving you options,
Sure.
quality options. You don't have to settle for a lesser product if you want it to look the way you want it to look, which is great.
All right, Matt, that pretty much wraps up today's show.
Mike, how do you do it? Every video is just better than the next, informative, personable. Got a great co-host here. You have the backbone, the Deck Network. We are off and running here, folks. Get on board with it. Tell your friends, tell your family, because we're unstoppable right now.
Well,
You're on fire, Mike.
This is today is May the 3rd, and it's very busy. The store is doing huge numbers.
There's
And
the biggest, very happy down below. The numbers are looking good.
my
The
job
videos
is to sell, and the store manager, she does all the paperwork and ordering and everything, and she just sits me in there and just say, you just sell.
No, but it's great. You're not an empty suit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're involved and you're doing a lot of the things
I'm
here.
a design consultant. I design decks. I draw them up. We have a great time at work.
This guy's passionate about what he does, and obviously it kind of transcends onto these videos. So any questions, emails, you want to send a picture of your deck in to the next feature of Show Us Your Deck, Mike at the Deck Network, Matt at the Deck Network. Keep the emails coming. We love you all. We'll see you next time.
Have a great day.
Ciao for now.
Bye.